again. Blueprint Radio Podcast. Tuesdays, 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Social commentary with the comedic twist. Breaking news, celebrity gossip, relationship issues, and everything in between. The Vision. Keli Green and Davizion. Broadcasting live on Impulse Internet Radio, live365.com, but on Facebook at Impulse Internet Radio, and of course on IG at the Blueprint Radio Show. Now sit back and be entertained, cause we in the building.
And yes, again, welcome back, people. Welcome back. This is the Blueprint Radio Podcast, where we talk about everything. Everything. You know what I mean? Shout out to Criminal Grind. This is your man, The Vision, sometimes known as Bruce Wayne, sometimes known as A-Hole. But I love
the White Man.
The White Man. I've been referred to as very white lately, and we're going to get into that subject possibly later if we have some time. But welcome back. It is another Tuesday here at Impulse Internet Radio Studios. Yes. yes, where you get the best music from today and yesterday, as well as fire podcasts like ours. We are here 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Of course, you are listening on www.live365.com/impulse, but you are also watching on our personal lives, and you are watching on Impulse Internet Radio. On Facebook, we will be conversing back and forth with you and talking with you. So please feel free to comment, like, and share. Now, with me, as you can see, is the beautiful, the alluring, the attractive.
Tell me more.
I will.
Okay.
But if I tell you any more, we may have to cut the podcast short.
If you say so.
Yes, dear.
Okay.
With me, y'all, is your girl, your favorite Rookie of the Year. Give it up for Keli Green.
Keli Green in the house.
You heard her. She's in the house.
In the house.
And I got to give it up for Keli Green, because Keli Green is essential personnel during what we're going to talk about in our first subject, Criminal Grind. I see you out there, boy. Shout out to my auntie tuning in. I'm going to try to keep it clean, auntie. Like you raised me, but sometimes we get a little down and dirty, okay? But we will try. Shout out to J-Bone, Kentland in the building, and Upper Laurel. So, shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. But Keli Green is essential personnel during what is going on and what's on all of your minds, social medias, news, everybody's talking about it, is the coronavirus, okay? We talked a little bit about it last week, Keli Green, and you work for a very large building and with a lot of nasty people. And no, I'm just joking. She works for a large building, and she is essential personnel. We're not going to get into what she does because y'all a little too nosy, but she working, okay? And she working hard, and she's been doing overtime, and hopefully this is not the zombie apocalypse so we can spend it, okay? But she still came to see y'all, so feel good, Keli Green. Talk to the people. They can't see you.
Oh, hi, people.
Okay. Some people
I'm a little burned out. I've been working 6-7 days straight during this coronavirus issue. Virus. It's not an issue. It's not an issue. The plague. No. But I'm here. We're going to see how long I can do this, and I got work to do.
She said, you heard what she said. She's going to try to do it. She might cut out a little early. We might cut out a little early just because we both have work to do. We both working, and we both experiencing a lot of things, and it's a lot of hysteria, it's a lot of hype, and we take journalism very seriously. So you do get our opinions, but we also like to stay true to the facts. There are cases locally where we are in the DMV. They're finding more and more every day. They're shutting down restaurants, any venue with over 50 people.
50
right?
or more people.
Right, yeah. Restaurants have to be open for drive-through, carry-out only.
Yes.
Pennsylvania, they're going crazy because they're shutting down liquor stores. Liquor stores.
Really?
Yep.
The liquor store.
And this is Pennsylvania, so it's really nothing else to do. All they really have is liquor stores and illegal fireworks. So this is lower Pennsylvania. This ain't Philly. They only got cheesesteaks. So they're shutting down a lot, though.
Yeah. There's a lot going on.
Sports is shut down.
Sports is shut down.
And a lot of sports-related events and things of that nature really got nothing to discuss or talk about, or you know what I mean?
Empty venues there.
WrestleMania has been postponed for a lot of wrestling people.
Yeah.
And we got athletes coming down with this. I know y'all were talking last week saying black people couldn't catch this, but
Idris Elba.
The blackest man I know. He got that. Kevin Durant got it. Don't matter about your hairline. It don't matter about how much money you got. I mean, this is across the board, and there's a lot of funniness. It took this for people to be clean, but I mean, it's a lot of other things.
Wash your hands, people.
Several times. That's one thing I said. Kelly Green, and she is a rabid hand washer.
Yeah, I have to be.
Yeah,
I have to be. Not only at work, but I don't know. My hands feel funny if they feel dirty or something. What?
Yeah, I mean, that's OCD.
Yeah.
But that's a good thing. OCD in this case is a good thing.
It is.
And, as more and more news comes out, I would caution people to kind of stay away from the conspiracy theories. We don't have to look too far as to why. We just know that it's here. I don't think it behooves any corporations to start any kind of new world order, end of the world agendas, although some people believe this is it, and I'm not going to take that away from you. I'm just saying we've seen this before in history, not maybe us. Let us not forget that in 1918, there was a Spanish flu outbreak that took out millions. I'm sure they felt the same way we did. There's been things like this, and we were so unprepared as a country and as individuals.
Yes.
I think it made a lot of people get a reality check on preparation and on procrastination. Obliviousness leads to oblivion, as Coach put on his Facebook today. And that's really profound when you think about this. Like, a lot of us were oblivious.
You put it where?
On Facebook.
Okay.
What did I say?
Facebook.
I said Brooke?
Yeah.
I didn't say Brooke.
Yes, you did.
We'll have to rewind the digital video later, and we will argue about this later in our fashion. But Keli Green, she's probably right, because she normally is right. So it really was profound to me, because I look around and I see a lot of young males that are not prepared for this. They're not taking it seriously, and they're not taking the steps to ensure their survival.
Yeah.
We should be taking this all seriously, because there's a lot of selfish behavior going on. People are overbuying. They're buying everything just to have. They're buying things that are going to spoil.
Yeah.
Just so they can have it and somebody else can.
Yeah. It's like a race or something. I don't know what's going on.
Literally.
They're just panicking.
And
being selfish.
This is why they won't tell us about aliens, Keli Green. Because this is what the world does. They panic and they selfish. Guns are sold out. Yeah. Ammunition is sold out.
There were lines.
Machetes?
In Georgia at gun shops.
I thought you would mean at the grill shop. Everybody want to get some fronts.
No.
For the apocalypse. Zombies can't bite gold teeth. Shout out to the real BK, a.k.a. Overton. My man. Katie is the latest victim. Yes, sir, J-Bone. Yes. He is, man. This is serious. Tom, it was real for me before, but it was really real when Tom Hanks got it. I love Tom Hanks.
Yes.
Everybody loves Tom Hanks.
Yeah.
And Tom Hanks getting it. I mean, I'm all right with his wife, but Tom Hanks, though. It's Forrest Gump. Bosom buddies. Big. Come on. This is Woody from Toy Story. Woody has it. It's cross species in the toys. You know?
Yeah.
Hide your Power Rangers. But it's serious, and
it is.
We have to remember that, you know, there are others in society that need us. We can't use this time to be selfish. Definitely be protected. Take care of yours first, but not at the expense of others. There's a lot of older folks that are getting overwhelmed by the sheer number of younger people buying up stuff. No one wants to take care of them. No one wants to be around them.
The Dollar General, they're going to dedicate their first hour to the elderly.
Finally.
Yeah.
I think everything in the morning should be dedicated to the elderly because that's when they're out. They're at 4 o'clock in the morning. On the Beltway, going to the library.
Going to McDonald's to get the coffee.
Walk around the mall.
Yeah.
You know,
we saw the elderly walking around the mall when I went to go wait in line for some shoes.
And all of their shoes strapped.
All of the elderly were just, I was like, oh, it makes so much sense because it's cold outside or raining or something. Walk around the mall, get your steps in.
Well, you're also safe in the mall.
Yeah, that
you got
too.
A security guard there, and he, you know, wants to be a police officer or
so bad,
you know, a nightclub DJ or something, and he's going to make sure y'all okay. But really, you know, we shouldn't write them off just because they're older.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of us have mothers and sisters and older siblings and things like that, and you know, some folks I've spoken to are scared to go see them because they don't want to carry something to them.
Exactly, because I talked to my mother today, and she was like, "You stay up there." I was like, "I want to come visit you."
Playing Philadelphia for real, J-Bone. You're not lying, man. You are not lying. It's a little rough out here. Now, they're rich, so they'll get the vaccine first, unfortunately, you know, before the standard person. Hopefully, I hope they can come up with some type of, the problem is any airborne chemical that will kill it will probably create long-term damage for all of us anyway. So unless our bodies naturally, you know, come up.
Or getting a shot.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody put on their FEMA Walmart or you line up to go get your shot. It's just like the flu shot.
I'm not getting no shot.
I mean, you know, unfortunately, the lesson here is take care of ourselves.
Take care of yourself. Wash your hands.
Definitely wash yourself and clean and sanitize and clean and sanitize your belongings. But also take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
Those of us who are overweight, who, you know, hold off going to the doctor, who hold off on eating properly, and these are things we really have to look at. But back to the not being prepared, you know, we should really look at what a lot of the military people in our lives tell us. A lot of the people who maybe deal with these government agencies, they tell us we should have a month's worth of food, just in case.
Just in case.
Literally, you should always have a month. You should be rotating your food. And some of us may not financially be able to have that much, but you can plan and accumulate more.
If you use canned goods, they stay they have a long shelf life.
Right.
So
we should look at that. Our parents did that. If we can remember a lot of those lean times that we remember, it's because they planned for them in the good times. That's a good analogy. You know, you should plan for the tough times and the good times. But we tend to ball in the good times, ball until we fall. You know, and leave everything to the last minute. We cannot do that. This is what that leads to. Panic. We should have a case of water at all times for each individual in the house. So that means you should have at least 10. Think about how much water costs. $2, $3.
If that, you can get some 99-cent water.
I mean, you know, it's really not that tough.
Big jugs at the dollar store.
The hardest part is going to be carrying all the mugs in the house.
Oh, well, it's worth it.
Right. But there's a lesson to be learned from this. And when we get out of it, and we will. It's just the time frame is what everyone has to worry about. Time frame. I'm sorry, Bear Farmer. I'm sorry, Crystal. I'm ignoring y'all. To wash our hands. That's right, Bear Farmer. Yes, we do have to look out for the elderly. Mall cop with a flashlight, you're absolutely right. And a baton. And don't forget, he got on house shoes. House shoes. Who you chasing down with house shoes?
He has on.
They have no ridges in the soles, Keli Green. No ridges at all, Bear Farmer. I mean, that's something you got to think about. A man that's protecting you with no ridges on his shoe. You know, what's going to happen if it gets a little moist? He's going to stop and slide. But like Keli Green said, it's about being prepared.
It's all about being prepared. And if you add it into your lifestyle, period, and get accustomed and used to it, it's nothing.
Shout out to Ms. Neen.
Oh, hey, Neen.
Sorry to take you off your point, Keli Green. But Keli Green is right. You can plan. You can take out a little bit of excess from your budget, and just a little bit, like you said, buy some beans, put them to the side. Don't eat them. You're going to turn around in a month or two, and you're going to have probably a month's worth of stuff. It might not be stuff you want, but it's stuff that will survive.
It's stuff that will survive. I have family members who do couponing.
Yes.
And
we too good to coupon?
No.
We are.
I'm just saying.
We think we too good to coupon, Keli Green.
I'll use a coupon in a second.
I mean, we should. We should.
But I don't take the time out to go through the paper or the vial pack that they send in the mail, and I don't go through them. And
it's making time though.
Yeah.
We need to make time. We need to make time, and we need to
do it together.
Yes, we can, and I'm fine with it. Keli Green, no, I get into anything that's a TV show. So I mean, but really, when you really look at it, there are things, skills that we have lost over just a generation. You look at our parents and maybe our parents' parents, they can slaughter a hog, they can clean a fish, they can go out and fish, they can go out and hunt. They knew what plants that they can consume, what plants would keep you alive.
Yes.
We talk about Keli Green's grandmother-elect, Grandma Addie. And Grandma Addie she grew everything from the ritter to the titter. She grew her spice, and my grandmother did the same thing, grew the spices. The backyard wasn't for swing sets. Man, y'all kids be all right. It was for food. They grew food to take care of the family. And really, when you think about it, that's how they were always able to come out with money when they needed it, because a lot of the money we spend, we could be growing ourselves.
It could be.
And I mean, it's not, no one's saying go out and be, a doomsday prepper. It's just take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself and plan accordingly. This is a big, huge lesson for people. So once we get past this, hopefully people will incorporate in their lives to keep extra water, extra food, wash your hands.
And you're behind.
Yes.
Some of y'all stink. I'm gonna tell y'all, some of y'all stink. I smell y'all, and it's not pleasant.
Hand sanitizer.
It offended my nostril.
Yes. And don't forget to wipe down your steering wheel and your gear shift.
Right.
Because when you come in contact with people,
And
some hand sanitizer in the car. And be careful getting gas, because everybody's at the pump, because gas is $2 now.
You ain't lying, but ain't nobody going nowhere. So really, no one's at the pump.
I'm going to work. And
you and like 6 other people, Keli Green, are going to work. Everybody else is at home listening to us right here on Impulse Internet Radio. You should be listening to Impulse during the week, because it's a fire playlist.
It is.
I heard Domino the other day. Y'all know who Domino is?
No.
His hairline was back here. His jump was back here.
The one that
here
fats
Dominoes? No.
Oh.
Man, his belt was back up here. His belt was up to here. But while you're in the house,
shout out to Daisha.
Moan. We're gonna get her in the studio after all of this nonsense is over, because we love you, but we don't know what's on your shoulder. So, we got a plastic bag around the house right now and playing with them. But them kids are home. They're eating up everything. Word to the wise: don't eat up all the fast stuff and then have to cook.
Yeah.
Try to plan your diets, plan your meals out.
Yeah.
Eat a lot of spaghetti.
Well, I did have a talk with my children about conserving and not eating up everything all at once.
Right.
because it's there.
We ain't saying that just because one is eating right now. That was just a portion of the show.
Little drip.
Little drip, yeah. We see it over there. Little drip back there DJing. We know you're not eating. You eat like a handful of popcorn every other week. Little drip don't eat at all. Yeah. She take a deep breath. I'm full.
I'm full.
I'm full. Then she'll eat. It's just 3 in the morning.
3 in the morning.
Well, we love Little Drip. But yeah, while the kids are home, try to plan that out. Try to conserve, but try to plan these meals out.
Yes.
Your lunches and things like that. Now places will replenish. Now please don't panic about that. It's not the end of the world. Y'all just overbought for what they ordered for. And they have to order, but everybody's ordering, so it's taking a little more time. But as my man Nate Trucker Johnson says, them truck drivers is on the road and they bringing it to y'all asses. So don't worry, it's coming. In fact, somebody, what was that? Miss TB, she posted that she found a store full of meat. Now it's in Baltimore, but they got meat. So, you can get what you need. Just take advantage of an opportunity. So while you're driving around, don't be oblivious. If you see a Highs or something, pull over. If you see they got milk or bread, grab some real quick, and then you got it for later. That's what you got to do. Your mind's got to be on survival first, and whatever else say. What you about to say, Keli Green?
Daisha says, I need some tissue. I doubt these people bought all the tissue. I doubt. Who been stealing all the tissue?
Oh, no.
She's frustrated about the tissue, which I understand completely.
You better go to the dollar store. I was at Highs today, and
You
they
went
had
to
one.
Highs?
Yeah, that's where I got bread, and that's where I got milk. And Highs said we will always have milk because we're Highs.
Oh.
So okay,
Me.
I'm good with that.
Where's Highs?
Whole milk, they're all over the place in Anne Arundel County.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean there might be 1 or 2 in PG County, but they're in Anne Arundel, and the equivalent in Virginia is Sheets. Sheets. So go buy one of them. They'll cost $1 or $2 more, but. And don't support nobody price gouging. Don't support nobody price gouging. If they price gouging, let them keep that. They choke on it.
Yeah.
Because it's time of needs here.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but people will take advantage.
Shout out Cousin Gary. Yes, sir. We got to preach to the people, Cousin Gary. We got to. The people out here tripping, Cousin Gary. They forgot we're supposed to love each other. ELE, everybody love everybody. Everybody love everybody. You got to take it and check in on your neighbors and your family. Your sisters, your brothers, your cousins.
Sisters, everybody.
If you got to text them, if you got to inbox them, check in on them. People might just need a word. They might just need just to hear a friend on the other line. For no other reason than I just want to know if you're okay, your well-being, mentally, emotionally.
Yeah.
Can I talk to you for 20 minutes or 30 minutes, make you feel like you're not alone? This can make people feel real alone, Keli Green.
Because you're pretty much quarantined.
Right.
You're sitting in the house by yourself with nothing to do.
And some people are good at that. I'm good at that.
I'm not.
That's my jam.
No.
You can put me down as long as I got my necessities. I'm good. But after a while, I will long for human contact as well. Rock FaceTime. People want to see people's faces. FaceTime your peoples. Duo for those Android users. Facebook FaceTime. Just give them some extra likes on Instagram. Just let people know you're there. Don't just scroll by your timeline. Like it. It don't cost you nothing. Like it. Your thumb greasy anyway. Just plop up, hit it.
Boop.
There it is. Keli Green uses her index finger, so it takes her longer. I tell her she should stop doing
I type
that.
like an old person.
You do. Type like an old white woman.
Oh my God! Yeah.
Like she can't type 90 words a minute, but when she's on her cell phone,
it's like a word a minute.
Love Keli Green, but this is what she do.
What am I gonna say? Oh yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's a mess. But hey, I get the job done.
You get the job done eventually.
I get it done eventually.
That's what I'm talking about. Ding the Keli Green's texting. But, keep in contact with those. Check on the older folks. But be cognizant of your normal activities. When you come in the house, take your clothes off at the door.
Yeah.
Take your clothes off at the door, your shoes off at the door, your socks. Pretty much have a robe there or run. Take off all your clothes, put it in a bag, and you gotta wash. You gotta wash. You better break them Tide Packs in half. In half. And I know I said packs.
Yeah.
I know I did pack.
I don't know what you
Tide
said.
Packs in half.
Mm-hmm.
Take a shower. Get used to taking a shower as soon as you get in the house.
Mm-hmm.
The whole body, hair, everything. Just these are
Boop,
things
boop.
that our future will be holding for us.
Mm-hmm.
The news you'll see, if it's to be believed, the bird flu is now also in China right now.
Oh.
So it's a little tough. There's videos of them taking people forcibly from their homes to these camps to control the outbreak. And this is what America's stance is, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
It's here now. So what we need to control now is the release, the transmission of it. And unfortunately, people are people. You can go in Florida. They told people not to come out the house. The beach was full.
Mm-hmm.
People just don't listen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was reading somewhere that they were shutting down the beaches.
Yeah, I don't want y'all in the ocean.
Yeah.
First of all, y'all don't wash before y'all go to the beach.
No.
Y'all think the ocean just gonna wash all that?
It got suds in it. It's salty. It'll kill the bacteria.
It ends up in my salmon. I don't like it.
Salmon.
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 I know it's salmon, y'all. I know. I'm just joking.
No, you
What's going
not.
on
No,
there?
you
Bear
not.
Farmer. I'm sorry, Bear Farmer. I'm ignoring Bear Farmer. One finger at a time, typing and texting. Come on, Kelly. Oh, be respectful of your retail workers. Thank you, Bear Farmer. Thank you. Absolutely.
Yes. Some nasty people.
They
out
are
here.
working overtime right now. Okay?
Mhm.
Understand this is a pandemic, meaning that it's affecting everywhere that air is. Okay, people?
Mm-hmm.
So don't go take it out on somebody working.
Yes.
Understand. Be understanding. Don't be frustrated. We have to come together. Because that same person you yell at might hook you up if you're nice to them.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know when it's coming. You don't. You gotta keep going to the store and hoping
Mm-hmm.
you can catch it. You gotta treat them people good. Because
You
they are
have to.
overworked.
Yeah.
Grocery store
Grocery
people,
store people.
convenience store people.
And they're putting their life on the line for you.
For you.
For you.
Any retail person, it doesn't matter where you work. Phone stores, Best Buy, the furniture store, car dealerships, anybody that's working right now is working at their risk.
For you.
So remember that. We got to come together.
Yeah.
Now don't get it twisted. If you decide to start looting, you will
Please
come
don't
apart.
start looting.
You will come apart because guns are sold out.
Sold out.
All right, criminal grind. I'm over here. I see you over here. Guns are sold out. So that means everybody packing.
Everybody's
And
back.
people are short-tempered. They're scared. They're panicked. So you got to hold yourself in check as well out here. Because you don't know how someone's going to react to your frustration. They are just as on edge as you. People are out here fighting for toilet paper. Toilet paper, waters, it's
Everything.
coffee now. You know, people are starting to it's almost like people are
Dog food.
No, that's coming next. I'm telling you.
Pet food.
PetSmart gonna be sold out of all the cheap stuff though. Ain't nobody buying that Blues, Nature, or Valley. That's like $200 a bag. That'll be the last thing people get. That costs more than filet mignon, Keli Green. You can't feed the dog that. But people are on edge. And it's like a powder keg right now.
Right.
And we don't want to tip that off. We got to meet it with love, people. Meet it with love. But I also suggest with all the people you know and your friends, start it like a network. Whether it's a group text or a Facebook group or something, start to get an idea of who knows what. So in case we're shut down for a while and you have to depend on your loved ones or your friends, you know what people do, what people have medical training. They may not necessarily be in the medical field, but they might have some medical training. Some people might be survivalists. They might know how to fish, hunt. Did you just throw something? Okay. Yeah. What? But it's people that can fish, hunt. They can teach you how to curdle milk. They can teach you how to make bread. There's skills out here.
Okay.
Yeah, curdle milk. You curdle it to create the curds and to make cheese.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there's people that still have these skills. Now there are.
Oh, I would be useless. I would be totally useless. I don't know how to do it.
Well, the fact of the matter is, even the most prepared prepper that knows how to survive in the woods has about a 12-month survival rate. So even the most, I can take anything and make it into a weapon and drink out of the ground and all that, they pretty much only got a year before they're probably going to succumb.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing you have to think about, people, is you want to make sure you're staying as healthy as possible. As healthy as possible. Because this thing, COVID-19, affects those who have pre-existing conditions, who are out of shape, as we said, who may have asthma. The way you can combat that is to stay healthy. Vitamins, healthy foods, stay hydrated.
Hydrate yourself.
And you can do exercise at home. You don't need to go to the gym. You're nasty anyway. You go right on YouTube. You can get a lot of exercise videos. You can highlight the sponsor of our show, fitbox.com. Rob Zulu. Fitbox is how you pronounce it. I used to say books too, but it's Fitbox. Fitboks. He's a virtual trainer, physical trainer. He will give you a meal plan, and he will send you videos to work out. So you can work out and get in shape right in your home. Please do. Please do. But, Keli Green, we're going to get right into your green tea, your thought of the day.
Oh, my thought.
And then after that, we will get directly into relationships, which we know that's why y'all are here. What you want to hear, because y'all going to be stuck in the house together, and if y'all getting on each other damn nerves, then it's a problem. Okay?
It be a problem.
It might be. Keli's green tea.
Guess what? Okay, that's enough. All that dancing. Well, for Keli's green tea, I don't have much tea, but I got lots to say that's on my mind. So, anyway, I was thinking, can you cut the music? This coronavirus has gotten me freaked out. What you digging me for?
I was digging myself.
Oh. So the coronavirus has me a little freaked out. I'm like, is this the end of the world? Is it the plague? Is it what? But, it is what it is. And I'm going to have to deal with it accordingly. I wish I didn't have to work. I didn't have to go out there and be in this crap. But I do.
It's a little rough.
And so I just want everybody to pray for me and to keep me in your prayers for strength to not get this virus by going out here and going to work every day for hours and hours on end. Overtime check gonna be like, whoa, but what's the use if I can't enjoy it? Because I'm quarantined.
Toilet paper worth more than your check.
Oh, did you also hear about the $1,000 that might be given out as a severance package for the people who will qualify for it? I'm not all that familiar with the details right now, but I will get them out to you.
That's what she said.
As soon as I find them. But that's all the green tea and thoughts that I have for today.
Yes, we are.
How about you?
Their farmer says one lady told me to move so she could get toilet paper. I should have throat punched her.
Bow,
but I need my job.
Bow.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that's what's on my mind.
Okay. Interesting. Thank you, Keli Green. That was wonderful. That was a wonderful, wonderful thought of the day. And, y'all please don't spend that $1,000 on weed and liquor, okay? Or Yeezys, okay? No. Shout out to the Larry Hogan, governor. He suspended all, well, I was going to say the power companies, but it really wasn't them. It was Larry Hogan that put addendum or executive order out there that nobody can get their utilities cut off. cell
that's
phones.
good. That's good.
Your
But
home
still
phones.
pay your bill.
Yeah, your water, your electricity. No evictions, no repos right now. The Feds knocked interest rates down to 0, so it's there's some things happening. Take advantage of them.
Yeah.
Don't, like Keli Green said, don't just not pay it. Because
Yeah.
you got to pay it eventually.
You're going to get.
You got to pay it eventually. They're coming to get it.
They're going to get it.
As soon as the vaccine go out, they cutting your lights off. But Keli Green,
Peekaboo.
today,
Yes.
okay, I wanted to start off with, well, later on we're going to get into love languages because we didn't really get into it.
Oh.
And so I'm going to call it love languages 2. And the reason why we're going to get into it later, because we're going to identify a problem, discuss that problem, and then we're going to get into ways to work on that problem.
Okay.
Okay? And again, Keli Green and I reference our relationships a lot. But it's because, we feel like ours works because we're always learning. We never think we got it. And one thing about us, even though we get on each other's nerves from time to time and we have opportunities and issues that arise, I think we have a two-sided relationship, which means both of us think about the other and what they would need and what makes them happy, what doesn't. Of course, at times we fall short, but for the most part, we do genuinely. I still ain't say it right, but I ain't gonna.
It's okay. It's
genuinely
I can't
care
even correct you.
about each other and each other's needs.
Right.
And there's a difference between that and loving somebody. You can love somebody and still be selfish in that love. But when you love somebody, you have to also want their needs to be fulfilled. And it shouldn't be people like it's give and take or a reciprocated thing. Well, I'll do it when you do this, or I'll do it when you do this.
Right.
So I think a lot of people have what they refer to as a one-sided relationship, where the relationship terms and conditions are if my needs are filled, my needs are taken care of, what I want happens, where I see this going. And the other person has to get down or lay down, in order to continue. Look at Keli Green rolling her eyes. If y'all are watching on Impulse Internet Radio, you can see Keli Green eye almost roll out of her head, down the bridge of her nose, and over here underneath my cell phone. So I'm not saying this, Keli Green. I am reporting what I have looked up. And I just thought that was very interesting because I see a lot of one-person relationships. It's literally a one-person relationship, and we convince ourselves so much that other person needs to bow down and do what we need to do before we would give them any type of what they need. What were you about to say?
I was just listening. I want to hear you out. I wasn't about to say a word.
Okay. I found some symptoms of it. So maybe people may not be able to follow that or get that yet.
Okay.
They're like,
Give me the symptoms. It's
coughing.
What's the spray?
Corona. Okay, so I'm gonna discuss a few of these things.
Okay, just go for it.
And you can respond or don't respond. I have to move my microphone a little bit, just because. Thank you, Keli Green. All right, I get a little bit of feedback, Keli Green.
I just hit it with my shoulder.
Okay, it's okay. A little bit of feedback. Okay, there we go. So, you initiate most communication. You are the one that makes the phone call, sends the text messages, and makes the effort to get together. If you don't make the communication, you'll go days without hearing anything. You can count on one hand how many times your partner initiates conversation with you. Okay. True, right?
For a one-sided relationship.
Yeah. Now, that's one-sided, which is, I think, what you were talking about. Okay? What I'm talking about is a one-person relationship. Okay? And where that becomes an issue is that you have one side that has to not get their needs fulfilled for the relationship to be calm and functional.
I mean, is this, how's it sound?
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
It's cool. So when you hear that, can you see what I'm talking about, where a lot of relationships are like that?
Mm-hmm.
So you have something you want to say.
I do.
You do, Keli Green.
I'm just smiling and listening.
You are brimming. You are filled to the rim with brim, Keli Green.
What's brim?
Brim is a decaf coffee from the 80s and late 70s. For those older people, they would remember that. Fill it to the
rim with brim. Okay, yeah, I remember now.
Okay, so one-sided meaning that, okay, one person's happiness is more important than the others.
Right.
And
I've seen that. I've been there.
And some people may call that domineering, controlling, things like that. But I think it just goes deeper than that, because you don't know what you don't know. Okay? So when a person exhibits that kind of behavior, they were taught that. They saw that either their parents functioned in that manner, where it was about what dad wanted and mom was playing support all the time, and her needs weren't fulfilled, or there was a very domineering mother who a lot of times they couple it with kind of going crazy, or she, make her go off with this, and she ran everything and it had to be the way she wanted, or everybody had to pay, and there are many different tools people use to keep this up, because it's kind of a form of, it's not kind of, it's a form of abuse. It's almost
it's mental abuse.
You're holding someone captive, and you're withholding love or affection from them until they completely bow down to you and what you want. Now, how many times have we seen this go on from men and women?
I've seen it all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it's not always a negative thing, meaning that that's not always their intention. This just may be all they know. And there are ways to change that and adjust it, but you have to first recognize that this is what's going on. And like we always say, you shouldn't withhold from your partner. You should fulfill their needs. You are in a monogamous one-on-one relationship with that person. And if you're in a monogamous one-on-one relationship, then you should understand that the needs that they have, you're saying when you enter into that relationship, I am going to fulfill them. You're not saying I'm going to fulfill them until you don't clean up the kitchen. I'm going to fulfill them when you stop dressing a certain way, or when you stop doing this, or stop doing that, or when you change this and not mess with this person and not mess with that person.
It has not stipulations, but stipulations to this love.
Right.
That you're willing to give.
Right.
It's like you said.
And then generally, it's like you take advantage of the love that person has for you.
It is taking advantage.
And you don't view it as that way. You view it as, that's how I feel at the time, or I'm upset with them, or they hurt me, so I'm being cold to them. But you got to remember that person still has needs and wants and desires, and it goes beyond just intimacy in a physical manner. Just lovingness, pampering, taking care of them. And it's not like, okay, we're working and we couldn't get around to it. This is just, no, I'm not going to do this. Because eventually you start to be in that controlling position. You start to like it. So then you start to look for reasons to control this person. It's human nature. So then you start getting mad over little things and withholding over little things, to the point when this person doesn't get it but maybe once or twice a year.
Get what?
Some form of affection. You know, a closet hump. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Lord.
But whatever that individual relationship views as it. And as the person who is on that side that's withholding, like if a man is withholding his love or kindness is always mean and rough, or if a woman is withholding intimacy, and not cheeks. We're talking about intimacy. We're talking about the things that a male might view from a woman, like the things a woman might view from a man.
Right.
If you're withholding those things, the rubbing of my shoulder, the playing with my feet under the table, you know, those things that you need. It's an opposite sex type of thing. You know, like females, like y'all want us to listen to you and to pay attention to you and to woo you and things. Don't be giving me that look, Keli Green. Females don't want that.
That's all I heard was kissing. Women aren't all mushy and gushy all the time.
And Keli Green, women ain't all military minded either, Keli Green. Some women are actual soft and are good for that. Not all of them rough, like, what's up, man? You know, some women say, you're not all, like, stop playing like you are G.I. Jane.
I'm not a G.I. Jane. I'm far from it.
You just don't take care of me when I'm sick.
No.
Michonne took care of Rick, though. She made the food. She went out, picked the greens from the backyard.
And slayed the walkers.
She did that, too. Yeah. But we don't, in that one-sided relationship, the one-sided person doesn't realize the damage that they're doing. And they're justifying it by the pain that they feel or whatever that person did to step out of line. But what I would challenge the one-sided person to do is look at just a week's worth of some of your most harsh things you've done to them and ask yourself, would you take that?
No.
And the answer would be hell no. So then if you're doing something or behaving or speaking in a way to somebody that you wouldn't tolerate, then you have no business doing that.
Right.
Because you know damn well how it clearly you know how it feels because you're saying I wouldn't accept it, but you're still doing it.
Because they let it.
But that, again,
that's their dumbness. If you warn them ahead of time and they still won't go.
Who said the person warned them? It doesn't start off as a one-sided relationship.
I've seen it.
Where a person, hey, look, I'm an asshole. I'm just going to let you know that right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because people think, oh, I'm spitting. People think that they can change people. So they're willing to go through this stupid thing.
Interesting.
To try to change somebody. All right. Take for instance the fact that somebody might say, I am tired of people trying to holler at me that, you know, are more or less this love type person. Gushy, as you can say. And they may not like that.
Okay, but that's different than a one-sided relationship.
Yeah, okay.
A one-sided relationship doesn't start that way.
Regular relationship and then it
morphs into that.
On into, if you allow yourself to get that way, it takes maturity not to do something like that to somebody. Stuff like that was done when you were young, still learning how to love, still learning how to have a relationship, still learning how to be with someone. But if you then decide, okay, I can't continue hurting people, you have to, you mature that way.
But you got to recognize. Some people do, but some people don't see the error of their ways. And your mate may not have those communication skills to communicate to you what you're doing, because it becomes a tit for tat type thing, and it starts something little, and since you withhold, I'm gonna withhold, and then since you're talking rough, I'm gonna talk rough. Then after a while, there's no love at all. And then eventually people turn around and be like, I'm not even in a relationship no more. Mm-hmm. I'm just sleeping with the enemy.
Sleeping with the enemy.
But it didn't have to get that way. And sometimes both sides got to look like you said. And you said something, even though you were victim shaming slightly. You did say something that the person who's taking it needs to stand up and say, I don't want to take this no more. Mm-hmm. And then they can open up a dialogue, because hopefully the person who's controlling can see that they are being controlling. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to shame, because they're a victim too, because they learned incorrectly. And because they learned incorrectly, what they're doing is all they know. Mm-hmm. But what we need to do is teach people that even though you don't know the proper techniques, which a lot of us don't, we didn't see it, you need to recognize when your technique is ineffective. You need to recognize when there's a problem and you may be part of that issue. Like whether it's conflict resolution, whether it's forgiveness, whether it's letting go, whether it's having a wall up, mm-hmm. whatever it is. And a lot of us see that as we get older. It's a lot of people that are in relationships as an older person, not in your teenage years. Mm-hmm. A lot of us are in relationships, in our 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. And so that's a lot of years of not knowing another person and possibly doing things the wrong way. Mm-hmm. I agree. But we need to recognize.
But I didn't mean to victim shame.
No, I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
Okay. Well, child.
But I think the main, thing in that, in a mm-hmm. one-sided relationship, is a person wants to be heard, but doesn't want to listen. And I've been there. I know I was like that mm-hmm. for a long time. And I didn't realize it. Mm-hmm. It was you're so focused on your own pain or how bad something did to you, that you don't want to hear anything but I'm sorry. And you want someone to, worship at your feet, kind of. We've all been guilty of that. Mm-hmm. But then we don't want to do it in reverse when we're wrong. We want someone just to get over it. So it's just about doing for people like you want them to do for you. Giving people what you want them to give you. You have to teach people. That's why we're going to get into the love languages, because you got to teach people how to love you. Mm-hmm. You got to show people your expectations by what you do for them.
Yeah, no one's a mind reader.
Right.
So.
Which is difficult. And go ahead.
No,
go ahead. No. Please, go.
I was thinking about something that you had said, and mm-hmm. I was like, I was a totally different person before you and I started dating.
Okay.
So 10 years ago,
sure.
I was a totally different person.
Sure.
And
so was I.
I was an asshole. Yeah. You can't say so was I, because you still are.
That's right. That's why I didn't say so was I. I'm proud of my
I'm
proud of mine.
I'm still one, but not as bad as I used to be.
Sure.
I was very mean, and
it comes out every now and again.
Yeah. Yeah.
It comes out every now and again.
And I didn't necessarily purposefully be that way.
Sure.
Controlling.
Sure.
But oh my gosh, it just seemed like I had to take on that role.
Right.
Because somebody wasn't being in that role. I'm not talking about you.
I know you're not talking about me. I know when you slide talk about me. I know you talking about me on the slide, woman.
Oh.
I know it's when you be doing that.
No, Lord. I tell you.
We know you do.
Oh, Lord. But, and it does, it really, when I say it takes maturity, it really does. Because you don't want to get that kind of treatment onto you. Just because you didn't do something, then they're going to do this to you. I've been on the other end of that as well.
Right.
As well. And I can honestly say, I, at the time, didn't know any better, thought that I deserved it.
Right.
And it, again, maturity and fighting through and getting that strength.
Right.
I was able to come out of that, that rut.
Right. Right.
Because it's mean. It's just downright mean. Like, why would you say things like that? Why would you do things like that? So it took a while, but you get over stuff like that.
Sure,
you do.
Sure.
You do. And you can.
And people.
And you don't deserve that.
Right. And you
don't. You don't deserve that.
But also, it's not always a person purposefully trying to be an abuser.
Oh no, they know. There's people. They know when they're being an abuser. They know it. You know it because it's powerful. You feel the power.
Right. And you kind of get addicted to it. Addicted to being in control.
Yeah.
And that's what I was talking about, where sometimes you'll start little arguments just to create that environment where you can put that person in a position lower than you. But sometimes it can come from that lack of communication, that being unable to express how you hurt me and how I hurt you without, again, listening and being heard at the same time. I want you to hear me, and I'm just going to stop talking while you're talking and wait for you to shut up so I can get back to telling you how you, and we've all done that, some more than others, but we've done that.
That's why you're pointing to yourself like that?
However you want to call it, love you. But really,
Okay.
I mean, I've been guilty of that, and I can say that. And I can say, while looking and being able to admit that, I can look at how I felt in that moment. And in that moment, you feel completely justified. You feel like you've been so wrong, and it takes you to a place that was not necessarily relevant to what was going on at that time. So that became a conduit for other hurt to come out. That's how I was able to recognize it, and recognize that that was improper and that wasn't right, and handling things that way is wrong. And it's I stumble, but it's a lot better than it was.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And that's because I actively now think about, okay, would I want her doing this to me? And is me doing this being a loving partner? Me getting mad at such and such, is that justification for me to withhold? No. You instantly forgive. And that's some hard mess to do, but you have to get to that. You're great at that. You're like, hey, all right, you did it. Cool. Move right on. You know what I mean? You make it look so easy. But that's hard as a mud. For a lot of us, it's hard. But you're great at that. How do you do that?
My mom.
Speak on it. Preach on it. Tell the people.
She's very patient.
They don't know her.
She's very patient, very loving, very kind.
Okay.
But she's able to get her voice across and all that other stuff too. But I just watched her, and she brought me up just like her, I guess.
Now, for those who didn't have the benefit of being brought up by that young lady, what advice can you give somebody that doesn't have that example?
Yeah, you just gotta breathe and let it go. I'm dead serious. When you've held on to so much pain and anger for a very long time, it can wear on your body physically, not just emotionally, but physically. So if you're getting headaches every 20 minutes because you're angry or mad at something, what is that? What are you benefiting from it?
And that is the question someone should ask themselves in that moment of that emotion. What not whether it's letting the other person off the hook, not telling them about themselves or making them pay. At the end of the day, how is that benefiting you?
I think, and this is how I feel. I love that person, and right now they're angry at me for something I probably did do. So I'm gonna take this tongue lashing.
Right.
But at the end of the day, we love each other, and okay, yeah, you were upset at me, but what's up? You
Right.
want to go out to eat? Let's go out to eat.
There it is.
Chill. Let's chill. Let's have a drink.
So what you're saying is you have to be strong enough to be weak in that moment.
And understand
For the greater good.
And understand where the person is coming from.
Okay.
You know, and if you were not in the wrong, if you weren't in the wrong, you can simply let that person have their moment.
Why you gotta use a deep voice, Keli Green?
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But once let them have their moment, and then talk to that person. But don't talk with a nasty tone. Even though they've just done that to you, you don't have to come back at them in a nasty tone. You can just simply listen, hear where their hurt is coming from, then you can express your hurt.
Okay.
Where that person may have did this, that, or the other to make you feel a certain type of way.
Mm-hmm.
And it could be a whole big misunderstanding.
Right. We were hypersensitive at some point.
Yeah.
But then we have to look for ways to justify our anger.
And
So
that's,
we're going to start to nitpick.
That's
Right.
where the abuse comes in.
Right. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Because we just can't let that go.
Oh.
And that part of that is a wall built up.
Mm-hmm.
Part of that is internalizing a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in a current relationship now, that is very difficult. And my heart goes out to you because it is like hell at times, but it's also wonderful at times. And that's the conundrum of something like that. But both of you have unfulfilled issues going on.
Right.
And it can start, but it starts with somebody choosing not to engage. Sometimes it's something as simple as your significant other's going off on you and you just say, I love you. What? I love the hell out of you.
Yeah, but you've tried that, and I was like, so? I kept on going.
But it did change the trajectory. It changed the trajectory. You laughed, and it changed the trajectory of where it was going, and it landed quicker than it would have. Because in that moment, I was looking, and I was like, I love you. This is just a part of you. But this is not going to change how I feel about you. And that's what those miscommunications and those issues and those stresses on our relationships do. It makes us not focus on the whole picture. We just get caught up in these little battles. And it doesn't matter who wins those battles because you lose everything. It's not a war. It's not a war. It's a figuring out of two people. It's a trying to understand another individual, and really you're in the relationship with yourself. So you come into the relationship and you are a different self. You are guarded. You're optimistic, but you are guarded. And as you go back and forth in that relationship and it carries on, you're stripping away at that person. You're becoming something else. And who you become is solely on you. How much. Now, some people are just going to be bad people and you got to exit stage left. But most people are good people. Y'all are just going through issues. Y'all are stressed out. There's financial issues. There's world issues. There's coronavirus. There's kids in your ear. Blended families. There's all these things going on in the world. And all of those are stressful and you don't have a manual. When you think you're right, he thinks he's right, she thinks he's right, they think they're right. And none of that is right. You're supposed to come together and come up with a conclusion and come up with a game plan for where you want your relationship to hopefully go. And if you both have the same game plan, then you're both going to work towards it. But if you have one agenda and the other person has one agenda, it's always going to clash.
Right.
And eventually you're going to start clashing because this person is not living up to what's in your mind and you're not living up to what's in their mind. And at that point, that's when they come to you and say, you're not the person I wanted to be with, or you're a different person. That's because the person in your head is perfect. Because the person next to you, you and them not talking and not telling each other what you want to do. It's crazy. But you do love the person. You do enjoy being with them. You're just not learning how to be with each other. You're trying to make the other person be with you. And that's what a one-sided relationship is. But we can stop that. And we can understand that as long as you keep, when you look at that individual, it's going to be hard because they're going to get in your dang nerves. But look at that individual. Understand that you love them. And with you loving, how is your love? Is your love conditional? Is your heart got a low battery sign on it? No, your heart is amazing. So you give everything you can give to that person. And if that person is giving everything they can give to you, then those two energies are going to connect. But you got to work at it. It's work. And it's little itty bitty things. Like if y'all have an argument and you know you're mad and you walk through the door, you can walk through the door with a sad face, an upset face, or you can walk through the door with a happy face because you're in your house that you paid for, that you set up and you're not on the street. Even though you're mad at this person, find your happiness. Carry your happiness with you. Your happiness gets you through the arguments. Your happiness gets you through the tough times. Remember a great time y'all had. Fun time. And that will make you look at that person. Like I said, I practiced that and it works. And I learned it from you. That's why I want you to tell the ladies how to do it. And then I'm going to tell the fellas how to deal with it when the ladies don't do it. But you gave them some good advice, which is, look at that person and just, this is not who they are wholly. Look at them just like if they were injured. You're not going to look at them different or soft. Not like Keli Green looks at me when I'm sick.
Oh, well.
You
better not catch that coronavirus.
Well, leave me out there.
Yeah.
Leave me right out there.
No, I wouldn't. I'd take care of you then.
I think you're going to leave me out there, man. I know you are. That's crazy. But pamper your partner.
Pamper your partner.
You're stuck in there with your partner. You're stuck in there. You're frustrated. You're worried if your tuna fish is going to last. You're worried how long them little Debbie cakes are going to stay stuffed up under the couch cushions before the kids find them. You're worried that the job is shutting down. And, when is this $1,000 coming from Trump? There's a lot of things on your mind, and it's easy to get cabin fever and take it out on each other.
It is very easy to do something like that.
Very easy.
Very easy.
Well, we got to turn it around, Keli Green, and we got to show the people how to pamper their partners in these times.
Take it as a time to enjoy one another.
Okay.
I really think because you don't get to spend that much quality time together anyway, because you're both working, and then when you get home, you might talk a little bit, but then there's homework for the kids, or gotta cook dinner, or gotta straighten up,
gotta walk the
dog. It's all kinds of things that come up. But when you get in that bedroom, you go to sleep. Right. So you don't really get a chance to communicate. Since you can't really go out on date night because of the virus and everything, because of the quarantine.
Where are you gonna go?
You can cook a nice meal and sit at the table, eat, and talk.
Right.
Put down the phone and talk. And you want to Netflix?
Oh, no. I get to do that one.
Netflix and chill.
Give a good hard ding for that. Keli Green.
It's always fun to do something like that.
Netflix and chill. Have a movie night.
Have a movie night. You
turn the lights off.
Turn
and
the
this
lights
is a movie
down
night.
Yep.
And
make some popcorn. Do something different.
Yeah, and try to score. Don't just go right for the jiggly parts. Act like you never got it before. Try to
put your arm around. Gentle. Reach your hand. Get the blankie and put the blankie over top both of you.
I don't know what a blankie is. I'm hard. I sleep on cardboard.
Oh, okay.
Keli Green let you think that we got blankies in here.
Blankies.
We don't got no blankies in here.
Okay, throw.
We got the blickies in here. With the ticky, with the blicky.
Okay.
After my toilet paper, I have a sensitive posterior. Charming.
This is my water.
My hiney's clean. Yes, that's your water, dear.
You put this out here?
I put it there for you.
Oh, why? Thank you, Dwayne.
You're
gave
welcome.
me some water.
Yeah. But Keli Green's got a point. Just it could be small, simple things. Shout out to my man BK, the real one. Yeah, you're in there with cabin fever. Don't turn it on each other. Simple stuff. Just come in and come together. Do family stuff. Do family stuff because that's going to lead to good couple stuff. Play a game. Y'all got games there. If y'all don't have games, download a damn game app.
Yeah. I made up a game with Davizion.
Lord.
Remember,
Lord.
I would text you something to do and you would do it?
Yes.
And you would text me something and I would have to do that?
Yes.
You can play little games. And it doesn't have to be anything intimate or sexual or
But
anything.
it also can.
It can be.
Something intimate.
Sexual.
Y'all grown.
You're grown. But spend some quality time with your significant other. That's what I suggest. That's what I want to do if I ever stop working. Is just spend some time with my husband. I don't get to see my husband very much because he's a workaholic.
If you got a porch, go out on your porch. On your porch.
Go out. Yeah, go out. Enjoy your home.
Yeah.
You put all that money into it. Your furniture, your TV, your phone, and all that other stuff can be turned off and enjoy your home. If you need to clean it out, clean it out.
But do some pride. Do that with each other.
Yeah.
Do the dishes together. Do the laundry together.
Fold them clothes. Organize those socks, ladies and gents. Organize those socks.
Put on the gavel.
Gavel.
Put on the gavel.
Yeah. There's all kinds of things you can do in the house. You can play board games. You can make up games. You can even, if you can't put down your cell phone, hey, there's games on there you can play together. Like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire?
But binge watch. Nothing wrong with binge watch.
You can binge watch.
I'm trying to get Keli Green to binge watch Stranger Things, but she refuses.
What's that about? I don't know.
You were right there with me. See? You see this, people? See how she refuses to be intimate on a Netflix level? Maybe because there's adolescent kids on there.
Into it.
Ralph from the New Edition story was right there.
Yeah. And then there was a strange guy with no teeth.
It's called Stranger Things.
Yeah.
He's a thing and it's strange.
Okay.
But he has a condition. So
I know.
For, going past that condition and doing what he needs.
Yeah. And he's living his dream.
He's living his best life.
Yeah.
He's living his best life.
So, Davizion.
Yes.
Before we run out of time.
I know, because we are ending a skosh early this week, so we're gonna go after Keli Green says this. We'll get into the love languages.
That's what I was about to say. Let's talk about some love languages because I got work to do.
I know we gotta get a little early because me and Keli Green gotta go back to work. But let's get into Keli Green. Tell the people what love languages are.
You can speak them. They can be body languages. They can be thoughts. All kinds of stuff. Love languages is fun because when you've been together for a while, you kind of think on the same kind of level.
Okay.
And it's amazing.
Okay.
Yeah. I can't explain love languages.
Well, I thought that was an excellent explanation.
Oh,
but love languages are what we view as love and what we want our partner to do to us to show that they love us. And what we end up seeing most of the time is that we want to love people the way we want to be loved.
Mm-hmm.
So that, and you might say, well, Fizzy, you just said love people like you want to be loved. That's two different things. You show them what makes them feel loved.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean by showing them how you want to be loved. I want you to love me like I want to be loved, so I will love you like you want to be loved, and not force you to accept what I view as sufficient love.
Mm-hmm.
Because you might view something completely different. This is how they go down. So, and I believe you can go outside this list, but this list pretty much encompasses most people.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So, words of affirmation, using words to build up the other person. Thanks for taking out the garbage. Not, it's about time you took out the garbage. 2 words change those statements.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for taking out the garbage. Not, it's about time you took out the garbage. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. But some people can appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for giving me an entire wardrobe. Let me see. Now, number 2 is gifts. Shout out to Carlito's Way. Happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday, Carlito's Way.
Some people like gifts. Some people view love as gift giving.
Mm-hmm.
Briquettes and diamonds. But it don't have to be briquettes and diamonds and Marc Jacobs and Dooney and Burke all the time. It could be a single rose. It could be a thoughtful gift. You know, I brought you a honey bun that you like, Hostess. I went all the way to Capitol Heights and picked it up because I thought about you.
Mm-hmm.
It could be those type of things. Okay?